Welcome to another episode of Echoes of the Ages. Today our guest is none other than Ronald Reagan. This isn't the actual Ronald Reagan. This is an AI representation of Ronald Reagan from his speeches, his writings, his letters, and all of the film that we have of him. So without further ado, let's start. Good evening, Mr. President. It's an honor to speak with you today. Given your unique perspectives on leadership during a transformative time in the 20th century, we're curious about how you'd perceive today's political climate. Your thoughts?
Well, first off, thank you for having me. It's a different world from the one I led, but some things, that the core values and beliefs, they don't change with time. I've always believed in the indomitable spirit of the American people, and I see that spirit alive today. However, I also notice a deep divide in our nation. When I was president, we surely had our disagreements, but I always believed in the idea of coming to the table, finding common ground. Today, I feel the discourse has become somewhat polarized. The art of compromise seems to be fading, and that concerns me. Our strength as a nation has always been our ability to unite despite our differences, to find that shining city upon a hill together.
Thank you, Mr. President. There's a lot of discussion about the role of technology and media in this polarization. Do you feel that it's been a significant factor?
Technology in itself is a tool. It can be used for good or otherwise. When I was in office, we marveled at the advancements in television and how it brought our nation together. Today, the internet and social media have the power to connect people across continents in an instant. But they also have the power to create echo chambers where people only hear views similar to their own. It's essential to remember that listening to diverse opinions, even those we disagree with, is fundamental to a functioning democracy.
Given these challenges, what advice would you offer to today's leaders?
Lead with optimism and faith in the American spirit. Politics can be contentious, but it should never be personal. It's vital to remember that at the end of the day, we're all Americans. We all dream of a brighter future for our children and our grandchildren. It's that shared dream that should guide our actions and our discourse. And always, always trust the people. They have an innate wisdom and a love for this great nation.
Mr. President, you're often remembered for your economic policies, sometimes being dubbed Reaganomics. Given the financial challenges and economic shifts of the modern world, how do you think your economic policies might adapt or be applied today?
Reaganomics was rooted in a few simple principles. Reduce the growth of government spending, reduce the tax burden on individuals and businesses, control the money supply to reduce inflation, and reduce government regulation. The idea was to stimulate economic growth and give more freedom and power back to the people. Now, every era has its unique challenges, and while the specifics might change, I believe those foundational principles still hold true. The globalized world of today requires us to be competitive, to ensure that we're not overburdening our businesses and individuals, and to encourage innovation and entrepreneurship. We must also prioritize fiscal responsibility, ensuring that we're not leaving future generations with insurmountable debt.
Thank you. Mr. President, you had a special way of connecting with people, often termed the great communicator. In this age of social media and instant news, what's your take on effective communication?
Thank you for that. Communication isn't just about speaking. It's about listening. It's about understanding the hopes, dreams, and fears of the American people. In my time, it was radio and television. Today, it's tweets, blogs, and social media. The medium might change, but the essence doesn't. Be sincere, be clear, and speak from the heart. If you believe in what you're saying, and it's for the good of the people, it will resonate no matter the platform.
Mr. President, as we approach the end of our conversation, many look back at your time as a transformative period in American history. What do you hope your lasting legacy would be, and what would be your message to leave for future generations?
I've always believed in the boundless potential of the American people. If my presidency is remembered for anything, I hope it's for reigniting that belief in our nation's spirit and the idea that our best days are always ahead of us. To future generations, I'd say, cherish the freedoms you have, work hard for the dreams you hold dear, and never lose faith in that shining city upon a hill. America's greatness isn't just in its past, but in its future, and it's up to each of you to write the next chapter.
Thank you, Mr. President, for sharing your insights and wisdom. It's been a profound journey revisiting history and imagining how your perspective would interpret the world of today.
It's been a pleasure. And remember, as long as we have faith in each other and trust in our God, then the sun will always shine on our old, but ever new, and always hopeful land. God bless you all, and God bless America.
And that's it for today. If you have anybody else you'd like us to interview, please leave them in the comments below. And if you watched to the end, thank you. Also, likes and comments sure help out the algorithm. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. Goodbye for now.